Hello, you guys. It is Tuesday. I'm a little late. Excuse me, I'm a lot late, but it's never too late to come on and speak with you guys. I had to go to the track meet today, had to support my girl and her daughter. So we went out there earlier. And let me tell y'all about this pollen out here, y'all. The pollen is disrespectful. Disrespectful. Totally and outright disrespectful. So I had to get myself together after that. I had to come in, I had to wash my face, and y'all, I found these new things called Navage. I don't know if you know about my little contraption that I use during sinus season. And excuse me, I'm year round with my sinuses. So anyway, so I have that little contraption, that thing that goes through your nose with the water. And I usually use the Navage regular saline pods. Now they have eucalyptus, y'all. They got eucalyptus. So I got the eucalyptus tabs, and I came from the track meet, and I used it. And my nose is a little kind of weird at the top. It's kind of irritated and stuff like that. I take a lot of sinus medicine during this time of year. And one thing about it I noticed with the regular saline pods, they don't burn your nose like up in here. I think I got some irritation on the inside, but with this, they kind of burnt my nose a little bit, but I'm telling you, I can breathe so good using these pods, y'all. So I just want to drop that. If y'all, the ones that followed me with those Navad saline um, salt tabs, they got eucalyptus now, y'all. The bomb. So I was out there today, and in that pollen, and I'm jacked up, but I'm grateful. I came home, I washed my face and everything, and then I realized, oh my God, I gotta talk to the people. So I had to put my makeup back on and kind of pull it together and come back down here and talk to you guys. So I pray that your Tuesday is going well. You're blessed. I know we got a lot of things to complain about, but really and actually and truly, do we? You know, it's always a way to find it's always a way to find your happiness some type of way, and I suggest you do it. Life is short, we all know that. I just lost my uncle Thursday, my mom's oldest brother. That's like three of them. It was five of them total, six with an outside brother, but five of them total, and three are gone. It's just two now, two left. So we've been loving on my aunt. She's been going through it, but she's doing good. My uncle, he's doing good. So to see everybody's on the upbeat, we understand how life works. If you are suffering, we don't want you to suffer. So you have to go be with God. You got to go be with God. As much as we will miss you, God knows we will. Life is not the same. Christmas is not the same anymore. Hasn't been for a while, but such is life. We have to keep making memories. We have to keep going, and we have to keep going in His name. So, you know, it's a lot of things to complain about. I can easily fall into a depression, claim depression, or whatever I want to be, but I decide not to. I decide I want to be joyous and happy, right? I decide, that's what I decide, and that's what I want to do, right? And you just make that choice in your life. It's choices and consequences. I just put that up today. And life is choices and consequences. You can choose to be one way, or you can choose to be another way. You can choose to be sad. You can choose to be uh, whatever, depressed about your situation or whatever it is. And there's so many things to be upset about, but God is in control. And I swear, and I know it to be true, He's going to work it out in your favor if you believe that He will. He will, right? So it's getting late, y'all, and I'm winding down. I still got to eat, but I need to take a little nap or something before the night is over, because I don't know if it's the pollen that's draining me, but I feel a little drained today, y'all. But I'm not claiming it. I'm here. I wanted to talk to you guys about, I got this little message and wrote it down, and I completely stole it from somewhere, but it was such a good message and it resonated with my spirit. The message that I'm giving today is, when He doesn't love you and you know it, When he doesn't love you and you know it, love should never feel lonely. Because I know a lot of women go through that. And they struggle with that when he doesn't love you and you know it. Because you know it. But you just in your heart of heart, I just gotta have a man. I just want a man. A piece of a man, whatever, give me whatever. I take this little bite size. I just gotta have a man. But when he doesn't love you and you know it. Some of you will fall asleep tonight and dream of what it would be like to truly be loved. Then wake up in the morning and choose to waste your time on a man you know that doesn't love you. You can't complain about being in a situation that you know you have the power to change, but you choose not to. If you know it, it's not going anywhere. Don't waste your time. Love should never feel lonely. Do you agree with that? Love should never feel lonely. If you have, if you're in a relationship and then we're dating, we're just boyfriend and girlfriend, we're kicking it, whatever, whatever. Or if you're all the way into an engagement, or if you're all the way full in a marriage, there's no way you should ever feel lonely. Not when you're dating, not when you're in a relationship, not when you're married, at any time. You should never feel lonely because you decided to be with this man or you decided to be with this woman. So there's no way that you should feel lonely because we're making a conscious decision to be together. So why would I ever feel lonely? Only time you should really and truly ever feel lonely is if you got to do what you got to do. Somebody has to work out of town, or somebody has to be away from the house for a week or whatever at a time because they're working out of town. Their job takes them out of town, right? So that's a difference. That's a different type of lonely. That's a lonely where you guys have made an understanding that I'm working out of town. I'm doing what I got to do for right now because we're trying to get to this certain point in our life. We are, we're setting ourselves up for where we need to be in our life. This is not a situation where it's going to be like this forever, but right now this is what we're doing. I have to travel a little bit to get to where we need to be, but we have made the agreement that that is happening. That's the only time I feel like you should only ever feel lonely in a relationship because somebody's away working. But the conscious decision to be with somebody knowing that they don't really love you or like you like that, but you still trying to make it work because I see everybody else have a relationship. I see everybody else got a marriage and I see everybody else seem like they're doing good. So I kind of want to make it feel like what it is when it really is not. You should never feel lonely and you're in a relationship. You've made the conscious decision to be with that person, and that person is sitting around actually have you feeling like you feel lonely in your whole full-fledged relationship. It don't make sense. Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me. How is that possible? I choose to be with you. You choose to be with me. We're supposed to pay each other enough attention where we feel comfortable. Sometimes me and my husband, we get to talk. We talk about everything, and sometimes I might not want to hear this drama, and sometimes he might not want to hear this drama. But guess what? We do it. We listen to each other because, in actuality, I give him grace because sometimes I might not want to hear that. But guess what? He might not want to hear what I have to say either sometime, but he gives me grace because guess what? When it comes time for any one of us, when we really have to get something off our chest, the other one gonna have to listen. Or sometimes you might be that person that's sitting at home, honey, and I told you I'm gonna get ready to go over here, and when I come back, I gotta give you the tea, and your husband sitting there with the tea, pushing it over to you, ready for you to come back in with it. Tell me what happened. I need to know. I need to know what's going on. What happened? What? But you should never feel like you're alone in your relationship. That just, to me, that's something that is almost your fault. That's something that you're choosing to do, because why would you ever? Why have somebody there that's just a statue in your home? Why have somebody there and they're your whole husband or your whole man, and everybody's doing their separate things? And I know we've all seen that. I have seen that so many times. It's like, y'all in a relationship, right? But I never see y'all together. I never see y'all ever together in one place. That's a little weird to me. But y'all in a whole relationship, husband and wife, y'all go to work, y'all got kids, but I never see you in the same place at the same time. Never. Something's wrong with that. Or you just have an understanding in your relationship that we're with each other. Yeah, we're with each other. You don't never see me with him, but hey, I might sit down and let him come in and talk to me, but I don't. Well, I mean, we just do our own thing. What is that? What is that? It shouldn't be that way. You should, you know, I can imagine it. Me and my husband, we do a lot together. We've been together since 1992. Inseparable. Inseparable. Since 1992. I don't remember ever being without him more than a week in our relationship or something like that, because, he might have had to go out of town. He might have had to work. Like I said, when you have to work, that's something different. But we do a lot, especially at this point where we're empty nesters. We do a lot with each other. So a lot of times we do have to get our alone time, and because we're always together. So we do separate a lot of times in this house. I have my prayer room, and I'm always either in this prayer room or I'm in my room looking at TV, or I might come down to the family room, or either I'm not here. My husband has a whole basement, so he's either in the theater room or he's in his smoke room. That's like almost his wind down, his office. Sometimes we just have to pull apart in this house, but at the end of the night, we still come together. But earlier today, we were just with each other. We was out at the track meet, having a good time with our friends, and then we went to eat, and then we come home, and then, babe, I'm gonna be downstairs, but we're gonna come back together later. You gonna go do your show or whatever, and then, okay, we gotta go cook. I gotta cook, so, and then we end up going to bed at the end of the night. So there's relationships that you see that people let me see, that people feel like, I don't have to really tell my husband much. I don't really have to tell my man much. I just do what I want to do, and that's what it is. And he don't really tell me much about what he do, and that's just how we do. And I mean, if you're okay with that, again, that's your situation that you, excuse me, have the power and understand that that's how you want it. You should never be over here complaining about you're lonely and, oh my God, I'm just by myself and he doesn't care. Well, you sit around acting like you don't care half of the time. So obviously he's going to act like he doesn't care. Or obviously she's going to act like she doesn't care if you're sitting around acting like you don't care. It's just going to spiral out of control. So I would say communication is key. If you're feeling some type of way about anything in your relationship, don't just sweep it under the rug. Don't just let it be, and it is what it is. I don't really talk about it. I don't really deal with it. I just Let it be. And then the next thing you know, you're in a whole breakup, or he might wake up and say, I don't want you no more. Or she might wake up and say, I don't want you no more. Or whatever. And then the next thing it's gonna spiral. So communication is key, or you will find yourself in a relationship by yourself. But at the same time, I got a whole man, I got a whole, we're paying bills and all this stuff together. Sometimes it's functional dysfunction. It exists. Functional dysfunctional marriages. It's crazy. I mean, it's some crazy stuff out there. I mean, but nobody should ever be surprised that things like this really and truly does happen. It happens. You will sometimes find yourself getting into situations in your relationship where you're just like, I know you lying. I know I'm not sitting up here with this man and ain't paying me no attention. I know I'm not sitting up there with this girl, this woman, and she ain't paying me no attention. I know you lying. But we have to make sure that we are talking with each other. We are doing the work. I don't know a relationship out there that a person that's been married a long time won't tell you, you got to do the work. You have to do the work. Because if you don't, here we are. We're here. We're in divorce court. We're in counseling, trying to save our marriage. We're in here trying to plead our cases, and we know we've been sitting up letting this stuff go on forever. But then we're in here trying to plead our cases and saying and blaming it on the next person and the next person. When you didn't even communicate at the end of the day, or during the day, or in the morning, or whenever. But yet, I want to save my marriage from going down the drain because I just don't want to not be with this man. I don't want nobody else to have him. But I ain't paying him no attention, but I don't want nobody else to have him. That's dumb. Release him or release yourself if it's not working. If time is being wasted on majority dumb stuff, more dumb stuff than good, I'm promoting love, respect over here. But at the same time, if that's not what you're giving, if you're not putting in the work, why are you even listening to me? And why do you even care to be in a relationship? Because you got to care. Number one, you got to care. Number two, you got to put the work in, and the rest of it will just fall in place. But love should never, you should never be lonely. You should never be wasting your time. Nobody wants to waste their time. Time is very precious. We don't have much of it. We don't have much of it. And I would charge you to make sure that you have all that in line, and at least try. At least try to do something nice. Pay attention, listen, sit down, have a glass of wine, or go out and enjoy each other sometime. The separation thing I never really understood. When I see the husband and wife in odd places and never together, I'm baffled. And of course, people are like, of course you're baffled. You're always with your husband. Maybe that's why I'm baffled. Maybe that's why. That you're right. That might be it. But it's not healthy. What I'm doing is very much healthy because I really love my husband. I'm really into my husband. I can't, do a lot of things without him. I'm grateful for all that he does for me. My well-being is always priority. His well-being is always priority. So I guess I'm doing something right. I know people always say, well, you don't have those problems. You don't have those issues. A lot of times when I'm trying to tell people about themselves, a lot of times they get a little bit offended, and I get that. But don't ever try to make it seem like I don't know what I'm talking about, because I've been here a long time, sweetheart. I've been here a long time. And a lot of times they don't want to hear it because it's like, you've never been through this. You never went through, you don't know what I've been through. I have plenty of shows on this YouTube page where I can tell you what I've been through. So instead of you getting upset, you can probably listen a little bit and get some wisdom. But we got a lot of people out there that think they know everything. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm still learning in my marriage. I learn every day something new. I just told you last week I learned something from good friends that I can apply to my marriage that has just blew my mind and taken me to a whole nother realm where I'm excited about not arguing so much anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I learn a lot every day in a marriage. I don't know everything, but I can tell you from my upbringing in this relationship that I've been through a lot. Not crazy stuff, no, but I've been around a lot. I'm still around a lot. I'm still around a lot of crazy people. And I see this on a daily. I study people. I watch people. I can see where you're going wrong a lot of times. I can't tell you because nobody wants to hear from me because I think I know it all. I've never tried to act like I know it all. I never, when I'm talking to people, try to act like I know it all. I could just try to tell you, sis, let me tell you, listen, you might want to do it like this. When I talk to people dead serious, I do talk to them like that, but you don't know nothing about that. You ain't never had to deal with it. It's almost like they're mad at me because they think I've never had to deal with that. And you don't know that for sure. Do you know that for sure? Or you just mad because you're in a situation and then now you bringing it out on me? At the end of the day, it's not my business. And at the end of the day, I really don't care. But if I care about you, I will kind of tell you where you're going wrong and give you a little wisdom to try to help you not get back to this situation. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm just here trying to spread joy and light in relationships and let people know there's hope for good, healthy relationships. But sometimes to some people, I come off as a know it all. And ain't nothing about me a know it all. Nothing about myself is a know it all. I'm not a know it all. I'm nowhere near a know it all. I don't know everything. Trust me, I don't know everything. But I'm always willing to learn. And I'm always willing to do the right thing. I try to do the right thing so I can get my blessings in my marriage. But if I sit around and let it go to crap, then yeah, I might be sitting around in your shoes, feeling lonely in a relationship, feeling like there's not enough communication, feeling like that this is it. Yeah, that could be me if I don't do the work, but I choose to do the work. And I pray that you do the same. I pray that you do the same. Don't sit in a situation that you know is not going anywhere. You know nobody's putting effort into it. You know it. But you stick and you stay miserable. You got kids watching you. You know that your kids watch you, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to turn out just like you. 9 times out of 10, they have your same ways. They're watching. So when you're doing certain stuff around your children, know that they're watching you at all times. And how you deal with that relationship and how you deal with that situation is very much 100% chance that that child is going to fall into that same situation at some point in their life. Or maybe not. So maybe I'll say 97%. And then that small window is maybe not. But again, don't settle for nothingness. Don't settle for, that's just how it is. I don't know what to do. Well, you better learn what to do if you want better. Or nothing will be there anymore. That man won't be there after a while. There'll be another woman. And then you're going to be upset at that woman because she knows how to communicate. Find out how to make it work, people, because we're losing too many couples. Every time I turn around, somebody's just not together anymore. And it hurts me to the core not to see that, because some people I'm rooting for. Some people I'm not surprised about, but some people I'm actually and truly rooting for. And then it's no more. And 9 times out of 10, I don't watch you. We have watched you and we see where you messed it up, but you ain't ask us and we're not inserting ourselves into it. So it we're here. Okay? So do the work so you won't feel like you're lonely in your relationship. That love that you had for each other is not there anymore. Love is not it's not that. Love is I care about you. Love is you're my priority. Love is communicating. Love is I tell you how I feel. I tell you what I value, how much I value you. You're my priority. You're my joy. You're my air. You're everything. That person is supposed to make you feel that way. I love you so much I can't breathe when I'm not around you. That's love. If you feel like you breathing real good when that person's been gone for a month, 9 times out of 10, you don't care. You don't care, and you don't feel the same way, or you don't feel a way at all. But you should. Love it's an amazing thing when you do it right. It's an amazing thing when you do it right. And I hope to see everybody here because I love it here. Mine is not perfect. My friends is not perfect. But we're grateful for where we are in our relationships, in our life, in our marriage. We're grateful. We're grateful. Some days I don't know what I did to deserve such a wonderful helpmate. I don't know what I did. I don't know, because I think I know in my life that I have done a lot of things the incorrect way. But that man above has blessed me with such amazing things throughout all my triumphs in life, throughout all my loss, throughout all my everything. I still have so much. I have big love from my husband and my family and my friends, and I'm grateful for that. And I pray the same for you. I pray that you wake up every day and know and feel the love in your home, from your children, from your family, from your friends. I pray that you feel what that feels like, because it's amazing. It keeps your mind stable. It keeps your life on track when you are not lonely in your relationship, your life, your man, your children, your whatever. Being loved is great. And if it's by your favorite person, it's even greater. So I hope to welcome you all here at some point in your life, because there's hope. It's hope. You just got to get out your way. You just got to get out of your own way. A lot of us are in our own way of how we feel and what we feel and what we're doing and you got to get out of your own way. Okay? So Again, love should never feel lonely. I love you guys. I love speaking with you every week. I'll be back here next Tuesday. All right. I love you guys. Make sure you call somebody today. Tell them that you're thinking about them, that you love them, and you just want to talk and see how they're doing, because that will make for a good day. All right. See you next Tuesday. Bye.